Hello everyone, my name is Mamunuddin and I am a pre-service mathematical teacher completing my Masters of Teaching at Alpha Crosses University College. Today I'm presenting for parents and career on how ICT enriches mathematical thinking, prepare students for the modern world and support safe and responsible learning in our classroom. Before we talk about technology, I want to make a case for why mathematics itself matters. Because technology is not only available as a subject, it matters. Mathematics build logical reasoning, pattern recognitions, and problem solving skills in that transfer across every discipline and career. They're not the skills you leave in the classroom, they are life skills. From interpreting statistics in the news to the understanding a mortgage or a phone plan, mathematical literacy empowers your child to make informed decision as a citizen in the data-driven society. And from a career perspective, mathematics underpins engineering, medicine, technology, finance, accounting, among all fastest growing and highest demand sectors in Australia. Your child's mathematical education is one of the most valuable investment they can make in their future. Now, I want to explain exactly how we think about technology in our classroom because this is the most important idea I want you to take away tonight. Technology is a tool in service of mathematical thinking. It never perform or replacement of it. When I use the ICT in my placement, I engage the student in different way. I use some of the tools that some of the students enjoyed. Then I figure out some of the students are not enjoying that ICT tools. Then I use my different technology, different way of presenting my lecture slide and everything. Then this most of the students get engaged. When used well, ICT helps students do four things. One, visualize abstract concept dynamically, then explore patterns to real data, then collaborate on how complex problems and receive timely and targeted feedback. But here is the critical point. The curriculum guides the technology, not the reverse. Every single ICT activity we run in our classroom is anchored to a clear mathematical learning outcome from the necessary levels. We never use technology for its own sake. Now let's talk about the tools that bring mathematics to life. Let me give you some concrete example of the tools we use and what they actually do. Let's for example, Desmos and GeoGebra are interactive graphing tools that let students explore functions, transformation, and geometry dynamically. When a student drags a slider in GeoGebra and watches a graph transform into real time, abstract algebra becomes something they can see, investigate, and understand, not just memorize. We also use spreadsheet data tools where students collect, organize, and analyze real world data. The builds statistics reasoning alongside digital literacy. Your child is not just learning the maths, they're learning how to think in a different way of different types of idea. And we collaboratively platform like Google Classrooms that enable peer discussion, shared problem solvings, and teacher feedback that goes beyond the four walls of the classroom and beyond the school hours. Now let's talk about how students are engaged. I want to reassure you that using technology in our classroom does not mean students are passively watching the screens. The four words in this slide tell you exactly what students are doing. They explore, they create, they collaborate, and they reflect. Students in our classroom move from passive recipient to active mathematical thinkers. They use technology to investigate ideas, create mathematical arguments, communicate their understanding to peers and teachers, and finally reflect on their learning. The device is in their hands, but the thinking is entirely theirs. Now let's talk about the data inside. Our approach is grounded in evidence. Studies across Australian secondary schools consistently show that blended approach combining traditional instruction with purpose of ICT yield the strongest outcome. Especially research show higher engagement and attendance in mathematics, improve concept understanding rather than just procedural fluency. That means student understand why something works, not just how to do it, and the greater confidence when tackling unfamiliar problems. The matters in are mostly at the stage of 5, where the content becomes significantly more abstract. Students who only have procedural skills tend to struggle when problems look different to what they have seen before. Our goal is deep mathematical understanding and support purpose of ICT integration. So just to keep you informed, now I want to talk about something that matters directly to you as a parents, how you stay connected to your child progress. Platform like Google Classroom give you a real-time visibility into assignment, grades, teacher feedback throughout the entire term, not just a reporting time. You do not need to wait for a school report to know how your child is going. Students also build digital record of their mathematical thinking over time. That means I can have a rich conversation with you about your child development, showing you the growth of reasoning, communications, and problem solving, not just a single test score. Digital citizen is embedded in every ICT activity we run. It is a separate topic bolted to on the end of the term. Students learn not just how to use technology, but when and why, and how to do responsibly. Especially, we teach students use AI tools ethically and transparently. Your child knows that submitting AI generated work as their own is a form of academic dishonesty, and we discuss why that matters. We teach respect for intellectual property, proper citizen. We teach students to recognize and report online risk. And we consistently reinforce the message that technology support their thinking. It does not replace it. Your child's digital safety is professionally responsibility I take seriously in my classroom. I want to be honest with you about our ICT genuinely adds value and where it does not. ICT adds clear value when students need to visualize complex functions and geometry, analyze large-scale real-world data sets, collaborate across groups, or receive instant formative feedback. There are things technology does better than alternatives, but human thinking must always lead when it comes to our formulating the problems and choosing strategies, reasoning through multi-step profiling, interpreting our result in context, and constructing and communicating mathematical argument. No digital tool can do these things for your child. ICT amplifies mathematical thinking. It does not substitute for it. Our students are taught to be thinker. Technology is tool is just a tool that we need to use in a ethically for our own safety, for our own benefits, for our own way of thinking. So here are some key takeaway for parents and carer. Let me choose 4 things I want to remember. Mathematics matters. It builds reasoning, citizenship, and career-ready skills that will last your child a lifetime, long after they have forgotten any specific formula. Second, ICT enhances learning. When technology is used with clear purpose to make abstract idea visible, collaborate with others, and engage, it genuinely depends mathematical understanding in a ways that traditional methods alone cannot do. Third of all, safety is embedded. Digital citizens, ethics, and student well-being are taught alongside ICT activity. Your child is not just learning how to use technology; they are learning how to use it in their own life responsibly. And finally, you stay informed. Digital platform keep you connected to your child's progress throughout the year, not just a report time. Thank you very much for time. I'm very happy to take any questions. Thank you so much.